Hey everyone, Presito here, your second favorite Uniswap ape. In today's video, I'm going to be covering some upcoming projects which I think are going to be really huge, and they're all really innovative in their own way. And I'm super excited to cover them. So let's start off immediately with the first one. That is Humans AI, which you've probably seen already is coming up on Polkastarter on the 6th of December. If we go to their website, that's the first thing it says there. Public sale will be live on Polkastarter 6th of December. Humans is creating an all-in-one platform for AI-based creation and governance with an initial focus on synthetic media. If we go have a look at their summary on their light paper, we can see more in depth exactly what it's all about. So it's going to be a next-generation blockchain platform that brings together an ecosystem of stakeholders around the use of AI to create at scale. Combines a library of AI tools into a creative studio suite where users will be able to pick and choose as they bring their ideas to life. Individuals are empowered to create and own their digital likenesses, which may be used by themselves and others in the creation of any number of digital assets. The synthetic media, AI apps, and other digital assets utilize blockchain technology to generate NFTs as a way of creating transparency, accountability, and long-term governance. So they're going to have apps that will be able to be built on their platform, which are a combination of AIs that generate valuable outputs on request, and each request made to an app is sent to each of its components, which in turn share any proceeds respectively. So apps can be built on the framework available in Humans Studio from scratch, built to serve a specific or unique use case, or from a recipe made available on the actual studio. So you'll have the ability to deploy apps at a scale in the Humans decentralized ecosystem and to access a host of decentralized services provided by other members of the community. And in order to go live with an app and make it available, you'll be required to stake the HEART token, which is obviously a good mechanism to hold the price of HEART. In terms of their token economy, there are three kinds of tokens which will be utilized to create transparency and accountability through their ecosystem. There's the HEART tokens, which is used for governance and payments within the ecosystem. NFTs, which are going to be used for ownership of algorithms, genomes, data, AIs, and apps. And ERC20 tokens, which represent the rights to governance and revenues of an NFT. Let's go more in detail about the HEART token, which is going to be the core of the ecosystem and what's for sale obviously on Polkastarter. So it's going to be the native token of the Humans ecosystem. It's going to empower anybody to participate in the governance of the platform and facilitate key flows of value within it. All the fees charged by the Humans platform will be paid in the HEART token, even when payment originates in fiat or another accepted cryptocurrency. The primary function is to facilitate staking, which is required to perform key actions like minting NFTs, creating apps like we went through, pairing with HEART for price discovery and liquidity, account validation, adding AIs to the Humans Studio. Then additionally, it will serve as a default incentive as various stakeholders contribute key value into the ecosystem. These incentives include rewards for uploading technology, participating in governance, validating accounts for KYC, providing proof of human, and creating an AI developer account and getting validated. So if we have a look at their tokenomics, I really like how in-depth it is. You can see the total amount that's going to be raised in the public sale and the total amount raised overall, including the private sale where they raised 9 million. You can see here between the price of $0.005 to $0.012 and public is $0.015. You can see the initial market cap. It says 5 million, but without the liquidity, which is what I always count, is 1.5 million. So if you're thinking initial market cap is 5 million, keep in mind that's including liquidity, and that is really a lot of liquidity. 3.5 million of liquidity, which is awesome. So you can see how much is going to be circulating between all the different rounds on TGE with the initial market cap and so on. So in terms of tokenomics, it looks quite good and fair. I'm sure the private rounds got decent locks as well as, for example, strategic OTC. So overall, you might think market cap's quite high, but keep in mind this idea has tons of potential. So I must give this one a B+ Pro. Next up, we've got Colony, which has been around for a really long time. I'm sure you've heard of this one also probably long ago if you've been following the crypto private sale space and so on. IDO and his date is the 6th of December as well. So if we go to the website, see what it's all about. It's a community-driven Avalanche ecosystem accelerated, powered by the Colony token. So they're going to be investing in projects building on Avalanche with a fund governed by its community. And their vision is rethinking outmoded systems by imagining brand new ones in order to bring the structural integrity of traditional finance to DeFi, specifically the Avalanche ecosystem. And I'm very bullish on Avalanche as a ecosystem as a whole. I think it's got tons of potential, and I'll show you why a bit later. So they've got the community at the core, and obviously that's super important. I mean, no community, no project. So you're going to have open governance where you can vote for capital deployment across the Avalanche ecosystem, including liquidity providing, early stage investments, staking programs and indexes, and so on. Staking rewards, where you're going to receive stake rewards from AVAX and upcoming subnets. Liquidity provider rewards, where you can earn CLY bought back by Colony thanks to the liquidity provider program profits. And multiple airdrops, where you can receive airdrops from their investments in the most promising projects building on Avalanche. So they're going to have it's going to be DAO focused, of course, and they're going to empower the Avalanche ecosystem. So how are they going to support the Avalanche ecosystem? Through the validator program, where they're putting 10% of their capital that will be deployed and staked. Index, where 10% of the capital deployed in the top 10 projects built on Avalanche ranked by market capitalization rebalanced quarterly. Early investment and private placement, where 50% of their capital will be deployed to support best teams and projects built on Avalanche. And then LP program, where 30% of their capital will be deployed in providing liquidity to protocols built on Avalanche. So that's how they will support the ecosystem. Then in terms of rewarding the community, they're going to have airdrop mechanisms, where for early stage investments, they're going to give a great incentive to token holders, as they're going to be airdropped tokens. And buyback mechanism as well, where you see this feature creates recurring buying pressure on CLY while redistributing bought CLY to the active community members. They've got a really awesome team as well. And in terms of their partnerships, there's some really big names here, which is always good to see. We'll go through that a bit later as well. So we can see in terms of their structure, they're going to have two main pillars. The first one offers access to early stage deals while leveraging blockchain values to facilitate entry into the most profitable stages of a project's growth. And the second pillar is the DAO, which acts as an acceleration engine designed to support the Avalanche network as it evolves into a layer 1 technology. So now we can have a look at some of the partners and backers. You can see Avalanche themselves invested in the project. Avalanche, which is where the sale is going to be on, Yieldiac, Spark Digital, ZBS, Synapse, NGC. So the names here are awesome. That's always great to see. In terms of the funding numbers, they raised $21 million total. Keep in mind, a lot of the capital is going to supporting Avalanche ecosystem, for example, staking, providing liquidity, investing in startups, and so on, like we went through. Private, they raised 17.5 million. A community sale, 2 million, and the IEO on MEXC is going to be $500,000, and the seed round was $1 million. So you can see the vesting. Seed has a 12-month cliff, so you don't have to worry about them for a whole year. Private 10% at TGE, 3-month cliff, and then 12-month linear vesting. Public 100% unlock. Team, obviously, usual 2-year lock, which is good to see. So really promising. Initial market cap is, of course, quite high, but keep in mind everything we went through with how they're using funds and so on. So it's sort of necessary for them to have raised that much if they want to really be successful. So we can see also here that Avalanche themselves just recently announced a $200 million fund to incentivize developers and to build up the DeFi ecosystem, NFTs, and so on. So this itself is super bullish for Colony. Then next up, you can see 7 billion has been bridged on Avalanche, which is really huge numbers. and then 1 million total wallets on Avalanche. So you can see the hype it's been building and how it really blew up. So this all makes me super bullish on Colony. So in terms of the IEOs and IDOs, IEO is going to be on MEXC Global. That's on the 8th of December, and that's when they're going to be listing. Then in terms of the IDO, it's going to be on Avalanche. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be on the 6th of December, and they're going to be raising 2 million to the platform. So tons of opportunity to get in. So in terms of rating, I will give Colony a Becas Pro as well, because I think it's a really strong first mover on the Avalanche ecosystem. So I think it's got tons of potential for growth as being one of the main projects on Avalanche. Next up, I'm going to be covering Nova Finance, and they're going to have their IDO on the 9th of December on Solanium. We'll go more in detail about that a little bit later. But let's have a look at what it's going to be about. What solution will they be providing? It is a platform that lets non-sophisticated investors identify and invest in portfolios that utilize advanced investment and risk management strategies. It's going to be built completely on Solana, which I really like these days. They're going to have 3 easy steps to maximize upside and limit downside. So you're going to be able to select your portfolio from an array of alternatives, each designed by experienced crypto savvy and influential crypto traders. Make sure you don't give into your emotions by layering on top additional trading instructions tailored to your needs that have the power to self-execute on your behalf. Sit back and relax as your portfolio grows while programmatically tuned to take profits and minimize losses in desirable market conditions. So here's an example of how the dashboard is going to look, which I think looks really great. They're going to have N portfolio that's made up of N assets, and these assets are programmable assets which carry out a set of complex investment instructions. So with those assets, you'll have the power to layer on trading instructions on top of an asset and even place the asset into a portfolio of other N assets. For example, taking profit where you sell a small percentage at a certain time and so on. These N assets allow you to automate and control your portfolio, automate complexity away, mold complex investment strategies, and strategy diversification. So here's the page on Solanium. As you can see, coming up 5 days, 17 hours, where they're raising $200,000 worth of their tokens at $2 each. So let's have a look here at some of the features which you can see here, where you can participate in portfolios created by experienced crypto investors like we went through already. You're going to be able to automatically earn yield on your investments. So no matter what your portfolio is, you stake and then you'll earn their token passively, which I think is a really cool concept. You can see here how the portfolios are going to look. It really looks awesome. You're going to be able to easily add investment rules to reduce downside risk and optimize gains. You can see here some of the examples of those rules that you can implement. For example, split between USDC and USDT and place into Saber liquidity pool. Then TP Sol, so sell 5% every 30 days into USDC, and that USDC is then placed into Port Finance. Then, for example, sell 50% of BTC for USDC when the price is above $100,000. So it's a really awesome concept where it's going to be really nice, automated with tons of different options. And I think it's a really nice portfolio to have, and it's really cool. It's built on Solana, so fees are basically nothing. So you just have so much options, which is awesome. Then they also have a referral system where if you get people to join, you get 10% of all the yield generated. That's when people join your portfolio. Then you can participate in portfolios created by experienced cryptocurrency investors, automatically earn yields, easily add investment rules like we went through, and earn 10% of all the yield your capital generates in the portfolios you create. So all looks really, really awesome. We can have a look at the token tokenomics. So the Nova token is primarily a governance token. It's going to be used for the following areas in making decisions: for N-asset integrations, protocol upgrades and modifications, treasury spend, portfolio assessments, and holding the token may also bring about application-specific benefits like exclusive access to premium features. And here you can have a look at the token distribution, how it's going to be split up between everything. They also won a prize at the Solana Hackathon, which is always good to see. First place in Africa portion, and they won 15K for that. So congrats to them on that. Then they've also got really, really huge backers, which is seriously impressive. Solana themselves invested. Animoca Brands is there, Morningstar Ventures, which is huge, and some other big names. That's really good to see. It makes me even more bullish. So overall, Nova Finance, we're still waiting to see exactly what the tokenomics are. So for now, it definitely gets a Becas Pro from me. So I'm really excited about this one. Make sure to join their channels. Then last project we're going to be covering in this video is Atlas Finance. So it's also going to be built on Solana, as you can see, powered by Solana and Serum. It's going to be the best liquidity aggregator on Solana, where you can get the best execution for your DEX trades across Solana, Ethereum, and Binance chain. What's really awesome is that they've actually got the app up and running already, which I always like to see with projects. You can see here they got spot, perps, cross-chain swap, margin, and NFT marketplace coming soon. As we said, it's built on Solana. It's going to be cross-chain, where you can access liquidity from DEXs across multiple blockchains, powered by permissionless bridges. There's going to be minimal slippage as well, where it collates the available liquidity automatically and calculates the most effective way to divide the trade across the different pools to offer the best possible prices. So you can provide liquidity, you can yield farm, and earn triple the yield if you provide liquidity. Decentralized on-chain perpetual swaps, where you can trade up to 15x leverage with near zero fees, which is something really amazing. Yield aggregator, where you can balance your holdings across a number of DeFi protocols, and rewards, where you trade more to get the top of the leaderboard and earn exclusive rewards. And it's going to, the dashboard is a go-to nexus to interact with all the AMMs and provide an overview of assets, positions, and yield farming in the most user-friendly manner. So overall, looks really interesting project. We can have a look at the DEX sneak peek here, which you can have a look at yourself if you like, but it looks really slick and just looks overall really, really nice. Also a sneak peek of the NFT marketplace, which also looks really awesome. So I think this project has really a ton of potential. And you can see here what they're planning to do in terms of the NFT marketplace. They plan to launch a marketplace that brings fairness to the NFT space. Atlas will build launch pads that exclude the impact of bots and not let one wallet mint hundreds of a collection. This ensures that there is an equitable distribution of chance to all those attending the mint parties, which is really great to see. You know, these days there's bots that just mint the whole collection. No one has a chance. So it's really cool that they're building their own launchpad for NFTs. That's also super bullish for it. It's still really early for this project. No info yet on the tokenomics, but this one gets a CAC Pro for now. Really curious to see how it plays out. Definitely join their channel since it's early. I recommend join all the projects channel, of course. Join my channels as well. I'll be posting more about all these projects, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.